Hi everyone and welcome to my March. We are still in March, right? Yes. My March book haul. So I have a couple of books here. Well, a couple. I've got a good amount. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 books to tell you about real quick. I'm not going to go into descriptions because I don't really know what these are about, but I can tell you where I got them from. And that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so I have subscribed to Book of the Month, and the selection that I picked for this month is The Book of Cold Cases by Simone St. James. I love the cover on this. It does have a creepy vibe to it. And I've heard that Simone St. James writing can be very creepy and intense. However, I have not read anything, I think, by this author. I think I have 2 or 3 other books by this author. It sounds totally up my alley, but I have no idea what it's really about, and if I'll even like the writing style, but I'm assuming I will. I'm excited to get to this at some point. But yeah, so the Book of Cold Cases from Book of the Month by Simone St. James. So then I actually went to Target. I had to go get some, I wanted to get some new candles because my work office where I'm working from home is in the basement, and right across the little landing is the furnace room where Ophelia, for those of you who are new, Ophelia is my cat, where her toilet is, her litter box. And so I like to have a candle burning when I am working in case she goes down and does her business and then it kind of stinks. So, good thing I'm working from home, bad thing I have to smell that. So, but anyway, so I went to go get some candles. I have gotten a lot of candles from Bath & Body. I went through all the ones I had from Bath & Body Works, but they're dang expensive. They do put out usually a pretty good aroma. But these ones I got from Target were like a third of the price of Bath & Body Works and just as big. Granted, there's only 1 wick instead of 3 wicks because I generally get the 3 wick candles when they're on sale. But regular price, it was a third of the price. But we shall see if it puts out a good aroma enough to mask the kitty poop smell. So, but while I was there, there are 4 books that I got from Target because I thought, meh, I want to see. And of course at Target, sometimes they have, 10%, 15, 20% off their books. I've had my eye on this book since I finished, earlier in the month, the book by this author duo. And it was cheaper to buy it at Target than it would have been to order it through Amazon. So, The Club by Ellery, Lloyd. The other book that I read by this author is People Like Her, and I think I gave it a 3.75, but I liked it enough that I generally wanted to check out another book by the author duo. Ellery Lloyd is the pseudo pen name for a husband and a wife writing team. So anyway, don't really know what it's about, but I liked the book and wanted to get another work. I think People Like Her was their debut novel, so I think this is the second novel they have written. At least that's what it appears to be as a couple. I haven't checked to see if they've written individually, but as a couple it's their second. Okay. And these other books I got, they're all paperback, but there's kind of a blue theme to this, kind of a teal-ish, and I was intrigued by the cover and the title of the books. I don't know anything about these, but let's go ahead and talk about briefly. So one of them is The New Girl by Jessie Q. Sutanto. It says she's a liar, a cheater, a murderer, and it's only her first semester. So, and I think all these are YA. So yeah. But what I liked about the cover on this one is it's a pen, but the other side of the pen is a knife, which is right over on this side, and it's got blood. So I thought that was interesting. But yeah, I was intrigued with The New Girl. Plus I've been, when I saw this I immediately thought R.L. Stine, but I knew it was a different author, but it's the exact same title. But R.L. Stine has a Fear Street book out called The New Girl. So same title, just completely different author. And this one's obviously much longer. So, but yeah, hopefully I like it. Okay. The next book I saw, which I evidently saw before, but it had a different cover. But this one's kind of, can give you the heebie-jeebies a little bit. Anyway, so that's Good Girls Die First. And the reason why I say it can give you the heebie-jeebies is she's wearing a mask. And it's like, I mean, you wouldn't think anything of it, but knowing that this is more than likely a thriller. Oh, and this is by Kathryn Foxfield. It's probably not a good thing that she's wearing a mask. So, yeah. But yeah, so Good Girls Die First. Tagline is mind games, deception, and murder. How far would you go to survive? Okay, and the last book I got at Target was 7 Dirty Secrets. This is by Natalie D. Richards. It says, I know 7 secrets. 1 caused the fall. 1 did nothing. 1 saw it all. 1 didn't care. 1 used their head. 1 played the hero. 1 was left for dead. So, taglines can really help draw you in. Anyway, so the next book is the second in a series that I've completed the first book and then wanted the second one so I could get to it fairly quickly. But that is the second in this series of Unfortunate Events by Lemony Snicket, and this one is the Reptile Room. So, yeah, I just really do not like those deckled edges, but it's just a preference. But anyway, so, yeah. I know, if I remember right, because this would be a reread, I liked this one better than the first book. Anyway, the next 4 I ordered while I was at a doctor's appointment, and they are the next 4 in the Fear Street saga. It's not a series, they all follow different characters, but they do all take place in the same world and not in the same street. So I got the next 4 that R.L. Stine wrote, so because I do want to try to collect these again. So I received, and I'm sure I do not have these in the right order. These are just the order they showed up at my door. So I have, and this one's in like brand new condition. I think this is brand new, but the wrong number. And I know there's a second one. I don't know if there's a third, but I know there's a second one. And then these other 3 are used. So let me put the other 2 down. So this one is The Overnight. So as you can see, I've got a sticker there. It does have some wear and tear. The pages are kind of yellowed and they've been damp because they are a little warped. But it is what it is. And then the inside says, See Finn. So someone named Finn had this book. The next Fear Street book that arrived is The Surprise Party. Also has that little sticker there. I don't think I'm going to be able to get that off. Well, can I get that off? Can I? Nope. I don't know. I'll have to mess with it. Anyway, the cover's a little torn there. There is more wear and tear on it, but you know what? I don't care at this point. But yellow pages again, and this, I don't think this one had writing in it. Yeah, no, this one didn't. So, oh wait, no, it does on the bottom. Someone by the name of Hodder, whatever, had this one before me. So anyway, yes, so there's the next Fear Street. And the last Fear Street book that arrived that I have ordered, I haven't ordered any more yet, but at some point I will. Missing by R.L. Stine. Oh, you know what I want to do? Let me go back and tell you. So, okay, so the wrong number. I want to see if this will tell me. It will tell me. Okay, so this one was originally published in 1990. I was not even 10, so there you go. Let's see. Oh, I showed you. Okay, so The Surprise Party. This one was originally published in... I just find that interesting. That's just something I always like to look at. This one was published in originally in 1989. So definitely goes before the wrong number. And then The Overnight was originally published... so in 89 I was turning 6. Also in 1989. for that one. And then, okay, so back to the missing. This is the last one that showed up on my doorstep out of the 4. This one does have some kind of spotting up here. Some discoloration, like it's just kind of speckled. I don't think you'll be able to see that. But anyway, and then someone named Bethaman Tabak owned this one before. That looks like that's in pencil, so I'm sure I could erase that, but I really don't care. And this one was originally published in 1990, so there we go. So these are the 4 Fear Street books that I have now acquired, and I look forward to getting more of them. Okay, now let me just move these other ones over. The next book I'm going to talk about was, I saw Gaia from Gaia Athena talk about this one, and it's actually a nonfiction, and it sounded really good. As you can most likely tell, for those of you who are new, from the title of my channel, An Autistic Reader, I am autistic, and I would like to learn some more about it. And so this is just a nonfiction. It is The Story of Autism by John Donvan and Karen Zucker. The title is In a Different Key. So it says, this one I do want to read the back on because it's all I know is it's about autism. But I would like to learn more of like the history and some different stories. This one, she talked about 2 of them. One of them was based in England. The stories of families or people with autism live in England. This one takes place in the United States, or at least the case studies are in the United States. So I am going to read the back of this one. It says, nearly 75 years ago, Donald Triplett of Forest, Mississippi became the first child diagnosed with autism. Beginning with his family's odyssey, In a Different Key tells the extraordinary story of this often misunderstood condition, from the civil rights battles waged by the families of those who have it to the fierce debates among scientists over how to define it and treat it. Unfolding over decades, it is a beautifully rendered history of the shift from an era when children were condemned to institutions to one in which a cadre of people with autism advocate for a new understanding of autism as difference rather than disability. So, I don't know, I just thought that would be pretty cool. I didn't know that that guy was the first one diagnosed. Probably the first one diagnosed in Mississippi or in that area or in the United States. That I don't know. But anyways, thought that would be interesting. So thank you, Gaia, for talking about that one, because yeah, my wallet doesn't thank you for that, but I do. It wasn't too bad of a price. It was like $12 on Amazon. So the next one I got, I purchased because I am a co-host for, and you've heard this and we'll probably hear it in a couple of videos, for Horror Mayhem, which takes place for the month of May. One of the weekly themes, there's one that's like a supernatural creature or a being, and then another one is gothic. This one can go with either slot. I don't really want to reread Dracula yet, but eventually I will, but I don't want to at this time. But and Dracula by Bram Stoker. This one is by Darce Stoker and Ian Holt. And I guess my understanding, I saw this on someone's channel and I am blanking on who it was, but this is Dracula the Undead. This is the sequel to the original classic because Darce Stoker, it says, is the great grandnephew of Bram Stoker. Says he lives in South Carolina with his family, and basically because he is a Stoker, they are the only ones that can say, yes, this is an official sequel to Dracula. And because I love Dracula so much, I obviously had to get this one. So, okay. Now the next 3 are all, well, one might be no, I think it's used too. It's not a good condition if it is brand new, but if it is used, it's a pretty good condition. So I am also trying, in addition to R.L. Stine's Fear Street books, I'm trying to collect the thriller horror mystery books by Lois Duncan. She's another one that I started to read around shortly after I picked up Fear Street, and so I've been wanting to collect some, so I ordered 3. Okay, so this one I'm going to show, I know I have not read this one, and that is They Never Came Home. Again, this is by Lois Duncan. This one is a used. It has a little sticker there. The pages are marked yellow. I don't think they're, no, they're highlighted yellow. I don't know if it was made that way or if someone took a highlighter and did that, but doesn't matter. And there's something written there, but it's faded enough I can't tell what it is. This one was originally published in 1969. I'm currently reading Ransom by Lois Duncan, and I think that one was also published in 69 as well. Okay, so the next two, so the books that I do have, including this one, is mass market size. The next two are not mass market paperback size, but at this point where it's just one I want to collect and where they're used, the books are either not being made, and so you have to find a used one, and there's no guarantee when and if you'll find a used copy. So that I'm just going to get them while I can, so things are just not really going to match. This one I have read before, and I know I've read it a couple of times, and I have absolutely loved this book. And this one's just a standard paperback size, but this is going to be Killing Mr. Griffin, obviously by Lois Duncan. It says, revenge is a dangerous lesson. Some high school, I think they're high school, kill their teacher, Mr. Griffin. So I think it was an accident, but I can't remember. It's been so long since I've read it. And the only reason I say I think this was used is because it's kind of damaged there and just kind of a ring and a little bit there, and yeah, but nothing too bad. But yeah, Killing Mr. Griffin by Lois Duncan. I'm trying to see. They only meant to scare him, so yes, an accident. Anyway, but even pranks can be deadly. That I can tell you. Okay, so this next one, actually, I think was originally a library copy. Yes, it was originally a library copy, and then I think it was actually like discarded from the library, or in a library sale someone purchased it, and so it's got a name in there, and now I have it. I don't know how many hands it's passed through, but that is The Twisted Window, and this one's obviously hardback, so you can see it has the discard sticker from the library. Still has fiction, Duncan, or Dunn, but it has F for fiction and then done, and then has a thing there from the place that it came from, which was Thrift Books. But this one does actually have deckled edges for, so, but these ones are not too bad. It's not overly deckled like the Lemony Snicket book, where there's big differences between them. This one's not so bad. So the person's name in here is Anya, and I'm guessing it's Anya because it's A-N-I-A. Got the discards stamp there. Still has that clear plasticing that you can get at the library. But this is what I thought was really cool, and it's pretty much glued in. This was at Woodrow Wilson Junior High School, is the library that this was at. And the reason I can tell you is it still has the checkout card. Yes, I actually remember when these checkout cards were a thing, because I actually got, when I checked, I remember that being stamped before things went all electronic. So, but, and especially because you can tell by the dates, you have February of 2004 is the final date that this was checked out from the library before it was discarded. Or at least before it went to electronic. One of the two, I'm guessing before it was discarded. You have some from 2003, 2002, 2001, 2000, 1999, 97, 92, 91, 98. Can't read that one. 1989. Okay, so the first stamp on this is October 23rd, 1989. I think that's pretty cool. You know, it's just gems like that. Those are so cool. But again, and it does have the stamp on the bottom, Woodrow Wilson Junior High School. When was this one originally published? I'm guessing 89. But it is stamped in here. It says October of 89, so I'm guessing that's when they gained possession of this book. Oh no, this was actually published originally in 1987, so I was, depending on what month, 3 or 4. More than likely 3 years old when this was published, because I didn't turn 4, my birthday's in December, so whatever that year it is, it's usually published before then, but so I highly doubt this was published after my birthday, but so I would have been 3. So that's the haul. I am excited about these, especially about, well, I don't know. I'm just excited to start collecting the Lois Duncan books again, the Fear Street books. I'm looking forward to those other books that I purchased, the one on autism, the sequel to Dracula. I am excited about all of these books. So that's it. I'm not expecting any books this month. I do have 3 books that are on pre-order, but the first one will not arrive until end of April or start of May, around there. So basically at the earliest next month. And this is, I think, a sequel to a series that I'm reading and looking forward to. So anyway, obviously I'll do a haul video when I get that one and you'll see that one. But that's going to be it for this haul. So that's my March haul. If you got a book this month, what are you most excited to get to the soonest? Or just something like that, just talk to me in the comment section below. So that'll be it. So until next time, stay true to yourself and enjoy a good book, and I'll talk to you later.